Hey, tribe member, you are fabulous. And we've got some spectacular programming coming up for the second week of November, which is the third month in our endurance training block. And in this second week, which begins on Monday, November 9th, we are going to have some zesty workouts. So what we're working on this month, of course, is trying to increase our endurance, our aerobic fitness, our cardiorespiratory efficiency, and lower that resting heart rate. But we're also working on all-day durability as versatile human beasts. So this week, the A workout is to be performed if you can get 3 in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we begin with a different type of warm-up, which we're going to call positional breathing. And this is going to be performing 10 cycles of your normal breathing pattern. So let's just say that looks like or sounds like this. But you're going to do that in different positions. The first position would be from a hang or dead hang. And so if I'm demonstrating, and I apologize for turning my back to you, I'm going to be hanging and then breathing. Now what this does is it allows for better lung filling and rib cage expansion. So we're actually improving the mobility of our body by doing all these different types of breathing positions. Next up, we do a breathing for 10 cycles in the overhead press and just lock out with a broomstick or a light bar, or even just hold your hands overhead. And that will have a wowzer effect. And then moving right along, we go to quadruped or all fours. And so by getting down in this position, we're able to affect the filling of that dorsal rostral or upper posterior rib cage quite a bit, and I think that you'll find that to be helpful as we go through some of the other movements. Finally, get into a full deep squat and then also perform your 10 breaths there. So that's the warm-up procedure for workout A. Now, the main set is this and only this. It's 30 to 90 minutes of easy level 1 activity. And I'm going to propose it as a nature hike or nature walk this week. You can do absolutely anything you want, though, if your jam is swimming or cycling or running. If you can go slowly and easy enough to stay level 1, stay parasympathetic, that's what we're looking for. And you can even be a rebel, and so do 29 minutes or do 91 minutes. Whatever works for you, and what I'll probably do personally is I'll do the 30-minute ones during the week, and on the weekend go for the longer amount. But that's what we're doing. We're doing positional breathing in workout A, followed by the nature walk or hike, and then you'll finish up with the familiar by now dynamic lower extremity stretches that you're doing with your straps. You're going to do 20 each of those again, and that's for the straight leg raise, the knee flexion extension, the calf pump, and then the prone quadricep stretches. That's workout A, and what we're trying to master in workout A is the art of recovery training. So we're doing something, but we're not overly stressing the body and allowing it to make those adaptations and gains. Major gains bra. So now, when we go to the B workouts, these are in triplicate. So there's a B1, a B2, and a B3. And I'll explain each of those in order. So B1, we're really not changing very much from the B workout of last week. You're still going to do your med ball activations. And those were the lateral chopping lunge, the giant swing, the overhead bell ringer, the reverse locomotive, and also the sit-up with the fake throw. But do 15 now as opposed to 8. So 15 reps of each of those for warm-up. Then, when we go to the lifts, there's no change. And so those 4 exercises, which was the incline bench, the row over the bench, using the sandbag to do a front box squat, and then also using the sandbag to load a straight leg bridge with feet on the bench. That's all the same from last week. And if you need to refer back to that video, by all means do. We're also doing the same sequence where it's 2 sets, medium weight. First set is 6 reps. Second set is to a reasonable momentary muscular failure, or RIR 0. And what our goal this week is to increase our reps in that second set of those exercises over what we did last week. Just see if you can beat where you were ending up. We're going to change the accessories in workout B1 to include, now instead of the bear crawl push-ups, we're going to do inchworm push-ups. And so how those will work is you simply, and hopefully my microphone will allow me to do this, and I'll apologize if it gets wonky. You're going to reach for the floor, and then once you make contact, you'll inchworm out, perform a push-up, and then inchworm the legs back up. Arms go out again, another push-up, and I think you get the picture. Hopefully I stayed in the frame for that. And you're just going to do those to a reasonable amount of fatigue. Then you will, and it did mess up, sorry about that. You will do the carries now as opposed to doing a suitcase carry. We're going to have you do a unilateral or single arm carry with your kettlebell or dumbbell if you don't have it, in an inverted rack position. So that's handle down, bell up. I'll show you what that looks like. So here I am getting ready to walk my 50 feet, and it's in this position, which is deceptively challenging as far as balance and core strength and shoulder stability. So that's what you'll do for the first 50 feet, and then obviously you'll switch sides and carry with the opposite hand. So that's workout B1, and again, not too much change there. We only changed the accessories. Now for workout B2, this is really exciting because you don't have to do any warm-up. You don't even have to dress out for the workout. It's called 12 hours of power, and simply, if you do it on Thursday, that's the day that I'm suggesting, but fit it in where you can. You simply do this. Every hour for 12 hours, you do 1 set of push-ups and 1 set of bodyweight squats. So that can be as many reps as you want. But so you do a few push-ups, you don't have to, you can recover, and then you do a few of your bodyweight squats. And the goal is to get a minimum of 10 reps each 12 times, or each every 12 hours. So you have 120 push-ups, 120 sit-ups, and 240 reps total, or more, mo better. Okay, now finally this week we have B3, and it has some new med ball activation, and I think you're going to have some fun with these exercises. We're going to do 2 rounds of 10 each. So there are 2 exercises. There's the pogo jump and med ball slams. So I'll do 10 pogo jumps, then 10 slams, rest a bit as needed, and then repeat for 10 and 10 more. What those exercises look like, and I have a feeling I might lose you guys on this, but I'm going to give it my best shot anyway. So you're simply holding the ball and you're jumping in a pogo fashion. So it's not a lot of deep bending. It's very bouncy, or as I like to say, hippity-hoppity, pippity-poppity. Also, you'll go to your slams. And again, hopefully I won't have too much of an issue with this one, but make sure you're on a concrete surface. If you have to go outside to do this, by all means do. And so you're going to take your medicine ball and slam it down, and you're really working on the core as you do that. You can do that with a little more violence than I demonstrated there. And if you don't have a medicine ball, or you have one that's not slammable, you can mimic that motion simply by throwing down hard and stopping. Just make sure that you are absorbing with the whole body. Okay, so that is how we do the warm-up for workout B3. Then we go to exciting new stuff. We have 2 exercises that we're going to do. First of all, we have the landmine press. That's actually a landmine squat and press. And so first of all, how one sets up a landmine is fairly simple. You take your barbell and take off the plates on one side and make sure you have some plates on the other side. So you can do this with any type of barbell. It will work equally well. So here's me saying, you can use a barbell just like this one. That's fine. And I also happen to have this Olympic bar already set up. So all you do, take an old towel or a rag to pad the end of it and stick it in a corner of a room so you don't do any damage to the baseboards on the wall. And then you're going to do this. So once you've got the weight in this position, it's kind of an asymmetric stance. It'll come naturally to you. You don't have to think about it too much. You're going to squat down, press up, squat and press, squat and press, squat and press. I'll show you from the other side. So here's my asymmetric stance. Let's see, this would be the outside hand is on the far end, inside hand near end, if you want to say that. And then I'm squatting, pressing, squat and press, squat and press. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one side, do 30 seconds. Rest for 30 seconds. Then do the other side. So you have 6 total, so you'll get 3 exposures per side, and that's the landmine squat and press. Then you finish this off with 6 times 5 reps. So 6 sets of 5 repetitions of pull-up negatives. Try to lower on a count of about 5 seconds and use a step to get yourself up there. So I'll give you a quick demo of what that one's going to look like. So I just step up so I can get up to this position, and then I let go, and then lower very slowly. 5 seconds is a long time. And down all the way to the bottom, and then I would start again, and I'm coming down, and I'm really feeling that eccentric muscle work. And so one thing I should say, this can make probably your lats a little sore, maybe your bicep muscles, but it's going to help us to build strength that we're going to use to our advantage later. So now, the accessories for workout B3 are to do 20 reps each of bench reverse hyperextensions and also some crunches with legs on the bench. So these are very simple exercises. I'm going to move this bench just to give you guys a slightly better view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where my body bends, or my hip hinge happens at that crease, and that's where I'm going to position myself on the bench. Trying to lay my head down and not smash the microphone. I'm going to hold on and then simply do the reverse hyperextension, which is basically a stiff leg lift. Not doing it violently or too high, but done this way, it's very effective at strengthening the hamstrings, the buttocks, and the lower back. So it's a good exercise when you do it with a modicum of intelligence. Now, finally, the crunch, fairly self-explanatory, but since I'm your crash test dummy and you're flying Air T2 today, I have to serve this up. So I'm just going to lay here and then work on performing the crunch, keeping my eyes on the ceiling, squeezing with the abdominals, exhaling on the way up, flattening the back. This actually feels good to decompress the spine after the previous exercise and all of the other ones. So that, folks, is the B3 workout. And I think this will be a lot of fun this week because you'll notice that the A workout is going to be very easy and comfortable. Just think of it as nourishment for your body, or nutritious movement snacking, if you want to call it that. But then the B sessions each have their own unique challenges. I know you'll master them because we've certainly been building up to this. So have fun with this training. Thank you so much for being a part of the training tribe, and shoot me any questions that you have on the T2 forum, or join me for the masterclass.